Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we had support at 45 to 47.5, and buyers were active on the pullback to that area and held it overnight. So short term, it tells us that the buyers are still maintaining control here. So heading into the open and on the day time frame, the key zones are 45.5 to 47.5 on the downside and 53 to 54 on the upside. Now, because we're still in a overall uptrend, we're still giving more edge to buyers here as long as they can hold it above 45.5 to 47.5. And the idea is that, given the level of strength we're seeing in NASDAQ and how well it held up and reversed yesterday, there's a good chance that on the day time frame today we could see a break above 53 to 54, and then that can result in some continuation up to 57 to 59 and the all-time high at 1960. Now, first test of those zones can still attract sellers on first test and, just some profit taking. But if NQ continues the way it has been and pushes to a new high, then we could get a new high in the S&P as well and get a break above 1960. So that's the upside scenario. Now, we don't have any major economic catalysts scheduled for today, any major econ reports. So, the pace of the market could be a little bit slower than the last couple of sessions, something to keep in mind. In the event of a break below 45.5, it would be a signal of weakness, and at that point we could get a pullback to 37.25 to 39.75, essentially the lows from the last couple of sessions, and perhaps get some buyers active there on first test. But eventually we could even go lower than to 33.5 to 35.5 before getting a decent bounce. So this 45.5 to 47.5 area is pretty key. Ideally buyers hold it above this zone, and then we can get a continuation and go up and test 57 to 59, potentially 1960. And also keep an eye on the relative volume on the day. If the overall volume is a bit light, then you don't necessarily have to make any big break above the all-time high. It could just be a test and balance, or a marginal high and then balance. So right now the focus is going to be more on the long side, above 45.5 to 47.5. 53 to 54 is the main inflection point on the upside, and the only time it makes sense to short that area is if there are some clear signs that some sellers are stepping in, or if there's some clear signs of weakness in the other markets, which indicate that today's not going to be an upside day. And not only that, it can't be an upside day, but that a bigger reversal could be in play. So for that to happen, we would have to see some pretty clear signs, like a pretty weak advanced decline line, the momentum clearly on the downside with the NYSE tick, and a pretty decent break in NQ and TF. But until that happens, I think that buyers are short-term in control, and on the larger time frames they have been in control. So it makes more sense to focus on long setups. And then if 45.5 breaks, then you can switch your bias, and we will start looking to short bounces at that point, looking for a move down to 37.25, 39.75. So those are the main ideas on the day time frame. Let's see how well the buyers are able to hold it up off the open, and we'll take it from there.